Oh, this is gonna be so tough. It's a slow front to back, which will get torn up by sharks.
Still no roamer. We don't know. The roamer will definitely support what's possible in gold.
Lolita Bane.
Lolita Bane.
Double marksman, great answer.
Yes, sir. You reflect a lot of the stuff that get thrown at you, but your front is considerably weaker. Because Sebastian can just stand up there and he doesn't mind. However, throwing the plates, his shields actually get reflected by the Guardian's Bulwark.
That would be big brain.
Yeah,
I don't know if we're going that way.
No, we're not going to see anything crazy.
Wait, so we need a roamer.
So gold CC. And
I'm not...
a reaction from the entire crowd, not just TNC, but Liquid as well.
It's like the Lancelot to Tlph.
That's right. From the world, I think this echoes all throughout MLBB esports globally. Chaknu has picked up his signature Kufra.
Man, you gotta love it when our longtime legends pick up their signature heroes, man.
He is a Pioneer class Hall of Legends inductee. Responsible for so many moments with this Kufra. I'm looking back to Season 7 playoffs against this young man right here.
Whoa,
he held it back.
Whoa, reach for reach. Okay, this is gonna be an interesting dynamic in team fighting. This is Tlph playing front for the team as JP's playing Novaria Roam.
See, this is what I love. Roamers can do this. We can do this now.
You know what?
JP can do it. We can do it in our games.
This flexes out one of the changes to roaming in Project Next.
That's true.
The fact that by just one way or another, it's up to you. Revealing opponents gives you XP and gold. Novaria can do that in spades.
Yep.
She can do it in her sleep.
Star Shatter, just throw that out, you get vision.
Yeah.
After it's been 5 seconds since you've seen the last opponent, and those opponents are marked because you haven't seen them in a while, you will get golden EXP.
I mean, there is a cap on it at least, you know?
Yes. But then let's see how fast. I think one of the things we really have to be tracking here is the gold EXP between the two roamers. Because there could be a good chance that the Novaria will be getting it quickly.
Here we go. Match point for the Cavalry. Will TNC's unorthodox EXP, normally CC going into the gold, will be enough as well.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
On Chaknu, his Kufra. Can this stop the Stampede?
Oh man, I'm excited to see Kufra in the hands of Chaknu again. I know sometimes we get to see it. Works out, other times it doesn't. He's gonna be able to find Sanji a little bit, but again, he needs that bouncing ball too. Let's go ahead and look at the emblems here.
All right, we'll see with this Novaria. Okay, Inspire, Wilderness Blessing, Impure Rage. Typical Novaria mid lane stuff, except this time it's a roamer.
Yep. So, Tlph just have to hunker down. How often do you see a roamer that actually scales? Because there will come a point where JP's in heart. Like, as a roamer, he's just randomly throwing out Star Shatters. How often do you see that? Even a Natalia can't do that.
Yeah.
All right, Chaknu needs to calculate. Oh my goodness, he really needs to calculate when he uses the Tyrant's Revenge a little bit more. Debut picks for the two roamers because Kimmy's so good at punishing a missed Tyrant's Revenge entry. Vision provided there.
Yeah, vision there. And, you know, if JP decides to go ahead and like sit back and just kind of play into Sanji setting things up with the Traction Pulse, for example, or providing that extra bit of hitbox, that could be actually pretty deadly for TNC if they're caught in a bad position when it comes to these team fights later on.
Okay, so far we're not seeing much of a difference between the Novaria and the Kufra. Both style of roamers still gaining the same amount of golden XP.
Yeah, it's actually 300 to 400 a little bit that the JP's hovering over once we see. Oh, wait.
Oh, jump in with Tlph. He's tanky enough.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
They decided not to take the trade. See what they do for the second turtle. So, EXP lane gank so that 3 Mark can get to level 4 quicker and Sanford maybe gets pressured. But they're not going to push into that. They just want the level 4 for glue.
Gold lane looking safe again. Betting Yuri can actually stand up to Oheb. That's why Oheb gets pushed back into his turret more. This is a straight up dance. Both junglers actually going for their nearest buff first.
Let's see who's going to get the mid lane EX now. It's still going to be Sanji getting majority of the hits. They just want to fast clear. A slight lead in the EXP for JP. Zada just got orange. We're going to see a full-on team fight.
JP level 4 now too. Oh! 3 more flickering on in. Forcing the fight anyway. Chaknu taking some damage. Bouncing ball. He's stopped in his tracks though. Has to flicker out. Meanwhile, over on there, Tlph gets the turtle, but still, they're going to lose Chaknu. They're going to lose Zyda as well to fall for TNC. So Tlph gets a whole lot.
That's the hard thing for Yu Shin. Sure, you have perfect information. Sure, you have a stun, but when you're really down there, when you're playing in the paint, there's no other action but a traceless out, and then if the opponent stun you before that, you're dead.
PH all-time hero stats. Chaknu, the Chak Mamba, got this name because of his play in this hero. 61% win game rate, 33 to 21. The most prolific Kufra user in the history of the Philippines.
Some might argue even in the game.
Yeah, it's
like a snake in the grass.
And I honestly feel like even if he struggles a little bit in the early game, getting the setup potential, he could be that one setup. You know what I mean? Like later on, that's one of the great things about it. But Benny Cutie could be in trouble here, taking a couple shots with the Rhapsody, trying to bob and weave his way out. He does, and Benny Cutie will survive. Good footwork there. Oh, there's Chaknu though. He finds that one. He'll be able to set things up. JP falls. Zyda gets the kill. But now possibly looking to re-engage here. They're going to go. 3mar will go ahead and call it off. He does get stunned though, but that's fine. They got a kill on JP.
Rennie, what do you reckon happened there? How did Chaknu find JP?
I think that was just a really good read. It didn't look like he used his flicker for that specific scenario. He used it earlier when he was trying to escape. That was just good old classic Tyrant's Revenge into Tyrant's Rage. I believe also he could have gotten some help from Zyda, being able to use the Mountain Shocker as the ultimate is gone from him.
Must have been bush-to-bush action there.
Yeah, jump from mid to that bush in front of the purple buff.
Here we go. Once again, engage. 3mar flickers on out as he's going to be fine. So they get a battle spell out, and that's what Tlph will get here. So Turtle's up now.
All right, confirmed. Given how it's been a tough first 5 minutes for TNC, JP got the XP and gold advantage.
Big match from Echo, providing a lot of vision. Full-on fight, breaking out.
Half health and Turtle. Chaknu charges in again. Not the best positioning. 3mar could be in trouble. Oheb will take out 3mar, but Zyda does get the objective, and now Benny all by himself will get taken out by Oheb. 2 kills for Tlph at the exchange of the Turtle.
That should not have happened. They should not have given that many kills. I think a little bit too deep was 3mar and Benny.
Yep, not even for a Turtle.
They might just fight more for this. So they're in trouble. Chaknu can't withstand it. He does get away though, just barely. Now Sanford gonna be in trouble. He goes in, bravest fighter forward. He already burned the flicker too. He's gonna be able to find Zyda. Zyda's gone. They're still going. Tlph and Sanji are both low. They might have to let Sanford go here. JP fires off a shot, but Sanford, he's actually gonna survive it all. Even with the yo-yo blitz, they'll stun Benny. Benny Cutie trying to survive this, but he goes down. How did Sanford survive?
You do not hunt the apex predator. Tlph played that team fight so well.
TNC Pro Team are straight up getting outplayed. All the little things and the errors quite glaring. Their timings off, targeting quite off as well. TNC needs to temper their aggression a little bit because they have to keep playing around this YSS. The fact that Tlph is only at 3.5 but still has even the slightest lead, even if it's very small up against the Yisun Shin or still very close to it, means that this YSS is farming too slow. TNC really need to start playing around more farm for the YSS.
They get the flicker out. 3mar. It's going to take some shots here. Shatter dropped down. He has to flicker out for safety. And Chaknu was ready to help, but you can see this. That's the damage from JP the Roam.
That's why Chaknu was forced to rush build a Twilight armor here. Just way too much burst from Liquid this early on. Another quick look at the items here. Almost 1,500 up is Oheb from Benny. Something I'm noticing, shades of game one, TNC's behavior, their tendencies, they're very dive-centric. Again, you mentioned how they should be playing around Zyda. I feel like Zyda's getting dragged by the rest of the lineup. Like, they all want to go forward, but Zyda's saying, guys, I'm still farming up, wait.
Yeah, he's still farming up, or someone else is jumping on him. They need to play a tighter formation, let Tlph engage, and similar to what Twisted Minds pulled off earlier against AP Bren, go for the counter engage instead. Allow Team Liquid Philippines to blow all their abilities first, and then you go.
Well, TZ going on for a drive-by just to be able to secure that tier 1 turn in the mid lane. And they'll do that. Again, this space from this kind of comp that Tlph is running gives them so much room to just play around objectives, even as small as these turrets are, to go ahead and play with an advantage. And Tlph just kind of rolling around is threat enough to let Tlph go and fire off from the back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the last time Saweria was used by a roamer was in Season 13, about a year and a half ago, and it was Haji while he was playing for Blacklist. So it's been a while.
Yeah. RG and Blacklist, 2 names I haven't heard in a very long time.
Good times.
Good times.
Oh, Zyda. Okay. Oh, Sanford jumps in anyway with the flicker. Lancey there to bring in the backup. They'll bring Sanford back. He might have to just go down here unless Tlph can do something about it. But they're going to fight in between the turrets anyway. Benny Cutie now joining the fight. They already took care of Sanford, but Chaknu was gone, so Tlph will now get themselves a tier 2 turret bottom side.
Mad punish by TNC. Again, they were fighting on an advantageous position, yet still they had to trade Chaknu just to take down 40.
Yeah, but you're starting to see there what I was saying earlier, where you allow Team Liquid Philippines to play the aggressor. You have the capability to counter, because even at this point, the glue still can buy enough time to at least to get a 1-0 or 1-for-1 trade if ever you can't get the perfect trade where you don't lose anyone here. But you also have to be careful of the late Astral Echoes that JP are willing to toss out, or when you're starting to play around closer to the bushes, expect that an Astral Echo will just reveal all your position. They have to be ready to back out if that's a scenario. The good thing is TNC has all of their flickers right now, all their battle spells are online, so they can save that for when if ever Team Liquid Philippines decides to be aggressive. And if Team Liquid aren't careful, TNC can turn it around. It'll be a long fight, but there's a chance.
Oh no.
They're going to go for Lancey again. Traction Pulse used. They get the beacon out. That's great timing for this Lord. They know that is available, so now they've got this advantage they can work into, because Sanji doesn't really need that Traction Pulse to be a threat here, so they're going to get themselves this Lord off of that play.
Oh, they caught so many dudes with the Echoes.
Okay, still fighting for this buff. They're going to go for more. 3 more might be forced to fight here. tlph popping the Tortoise Poissance, but it's all just to zone TNC out.
Yep, that's a free Lord they were taking underneath the false engage. 6,000 gold up. The cavalry are gaining ground. The map is red, and they're about to take this tier 2 in mid and on top, leaving TNC with just their inhibitors.
Yeah, the EXP gap is considerable as well, favoring Team Liquid Philippines. I think we're just getting closer to the end game here. This might not be the final siege, but right now, just looking at the items, not enough tools for TNC Pro Team to have a massive swing. It's up to a Team Liquid error for a TNC to punish for the Phoenix Army to be able to force this to a game 3 or maybe even just a longer game.
You're 150% correct. For TNC to win this, they also have to hope that Liquid makes a mistake.
Oh.
Massive echoes!
Sanford jumping in again, flickers forward, able to stun 2, 3 more, jumps on in, trying to defend the base alongside the team, but 3 more is gone. Base turret still going to be worked on. Lord finally there too. tlph leading the charge, looking for possibly more. Well, all this space allows Tlph to fire off in the back. They're going to go get the base turret in the mid, and they might get more off of it. Again, respecting what this lineup can do. Ooh, base turret, they find 2 for TNC.
9,000 gold up. Liquid are literally playing out of a different time. They are in the golden age. They're driving cars while TNC are still playing with rocks.
I mean, that's a good way to put it. Just look at the item differential. Already up to a BOD is that Granger, while the gold lane CC still only just about to build, what is that?
The Oracle.
Force? Oracle? Oh, he already has the Brute Force. The Oracle. So that just really goes to show how tough it's been for TNC.
They've been scrapping away with alms.
Yeah. Astral Echo after Astral Echo revealing the vision. It's going to be tough for TNC to play outside of base. Look at Sanford. He doesn't care at this point. He knows that if he just does something like that and JP's nearby, then he doesn't have to worry about anything.
And this is worse the more the game goes, because even JP will hurt.
Yeah.
A roamer that deals damage and provides vision.
Yeah, and the scales.
Dude, the fact that Machado already has Twilight armor, yet one long-range Astral Echo still takes out, like, what, 15 to 20% of his health?
Yep.
That's still massive. That's insane.
Not only that, but man, look at this, like just how much gold Oheb has again for this game, but that's got to be one of the most, like, I guess, free feeling as a Granger when you can just fire off of the backside, because you know you got Novario with you. You know you got Carl Teasy and Sanford jumping so far ahead that you have all this space to just kind of shoot off your Destinanas and Rhapsodies freely. You know, Ohab hasn't had to even, I don't even know if he's used his Purify maybe once this entire game.
Talk about financial and combat freedom.
That's the best.
Who's gonna catch him, right? Chaknu, that's the only real option. 3 is thinking about way too much.
But that front line is so far ahead that Chaknu, like this, can't even get close. Had to burn the flicker. Yes, he's got an immortality, but he's got to be careful in this. Look at the positioning for Sanford, too. This is just going to be another Lord of the Hands of Tlph, and they'll get ready to march towards the base once again.
Yeah, good thing Chaknu was able to use the bouncing ball just in time, because if not, then he would have got it caught out. Wow, Sanford, look, he doesn't care, man.
He wants Benecutie, but he's not going to be able to get anything there. He does get that stun off, but still.
3-man Landshaker.
Yeah, they got to wait. There's nothing that TNC can do but just kind of wait for this. You know, they just have to wait and buckle up.
Just clench.
Just clench. Clench down, man.
Hold on tight. It's a 2-level gap between JP and Chaknu. This Novaria just got out of hand. The rotations of Liquid, how they fought. As we get close to what could potentially be the last major sequence of the game, not just in this game, but this entire series, unfortunate for Phoenix Army, Team Liquid Philippines outclassed the Phoenix today.
See if they can do anything about it. TNC on the defense, trying to deal with this. Spot it out and have to go back to heal up. Attraction Pulse goes through. Chaknu might be able to try to pull something off, but the base is being worked on. Tlph might just choose to end it here, unless they're forced to fight, trying to clear out the waves, clear out the Lord. They'll be able to do it as TNC clears it out finally. But Tlph, do they want to go for more?
Whoa.
Finally, that base turret goes down, and a shot from JP won't land. But now Chaknu in trouble. A couple hits on this. All they have to do is lock it in, and Tlph will do it in a sweep.
That's another stampede for Team Liquid Philippines, taking down TNC 2-0.
Warning shot to the rest of the league. Team Liquid looks angry after their loss yesterday against Onyx Philippines in the Golden Rivalry. Fortunately for Phoenix Army, it was TNC that was the next victim up in line. Liquid